So, you want to know more about Kuni Kuzushi. Is it because you've been a Scaramouche stan since his first appearance during the Unreconciled Stars event? Or is it because you just like to be stepped on? Regardless of the reason, welcome to The Wanderer in a Nutshell, where I break down the ins and outs of a character. Today, I'll be talking about the Baldir, also known as the Sixth Harbinger, also known as Ace Puppet, also known as... We'll be discussing his skills, usable artifacts, best weapons, and finally, his favorite teammates. Alright, with that said, let's begin with this video. So the Wanderer is an Anemo DPS who deals tons of Anemo damage in the air. His elemental skill is Hanega Song of the Wind, where he leaps into the air and enters the wind favored state. Now in this state, he's able to perform normal and charge attacks which do not consume stamina and does significantly more damage. However, unlike Xiao, he is unable to perform plunge attacks in this state. And in this state, he will consume something known as the Kugoryoku points, which I know I 100% butchered, instead of consuming stamina. Sprinting, jumping, and just hovering mid-air will all consume the Kugoryoku points to remain in the state. In addition, if the initial swirl comes in contact with any of the 4 elements I will mention later on, you will gain various buffs based on which elements you swirl. Hydro increases your Kugoryoku point cap, meaning you're able to stay in air just a little longer. Pyro increases your attack by 30%, Cryo increases your crit rate by 20%, and finally Electro makes your attacks restore energy. His burst Kyogen 5 ceremonial plays, where he literally steps on you, dealing tons of Anemo damage. Now this is the one which a lot of people have seen in the trailer, and a lot of people want to roll for him because it's literally stepping on you. But one important thing that you have to note is that when you cast your burst, you will immediately end your wind favored state. So I just recommend to cast your burst once you run out of the Kugoryoku points or at the end of your Scaramouche rotation. For artifacts, his best in set is obviously the Desert Pavilion Chronicle, which is the set basically made for him. For those who don't know what the set does, TLDR, it basically just increases your auto attack damage by 40% after doing a charge attack, which is what Scaramouche happens to want. Other good sets are the Viridescent Venerer and the Shimenawa. If you don't have the Chronicle or are still farming for it, you can go ahead and match the 2-piece sets of the attack bonus or whatever you want. However, I just recommend going for the 4-piece as you don't want to lose on the 4-piece stats, it's too much. For weapons, his best in slot is obviously his signature weapon, which I am not gonna attempt to pronounce. Other good options is the Skyward Atlas and Lost Prayers, obvious good DPS choices. Memory of Dust is also pretty decent if you have a shielder in your team. For 4-star options, any DPS Catalyst option is good on him. Widsif and Dodoko Tails are the first which come to my mind. Solar Pearl and Black Cliff are also pretty good options because they provide crit, making it much easier to build your Scaramouche. Finally, let's talk about his best teammates. Now the first best option and the most obvious option is Best Boy Bennett, also known as the Pyro Archon. Shielders like Zhongli and Diona are also really good because he can easily be interrupted while doing his auto attacks in air. The new 4-star Layla is also a really decent option by the way. As Scaramouche is an Anemo DPS, he can also act as a driver for your actions. So characters like Xingqiu and Yelan are also fantastic options because Scaramouche can easily proc their burst, enabling other characters to do tons of damage. You can also slot in cryo characters like Gan Yu and Rosaria if you want to freeze opponents. If you want, you can also use electro characters if you're going for a more electro charge heavy team. Lastly, I would just like to say Anemo batteries are also fantastic if you like to use Scaramouche burst, although I wouldn't recommend it. So some characters you may want to consider is Venti because he can group up, enabling more damage to be done, and you can also use the new Faruzan who happens to reduce Anemo resistance for the opponent, enabling your Scaramouche to do much more damage. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like videos like this, do leave a like. It shows I should be doing more videos like this. Please do subscribe as well. We'll be doing more content like this in the future, and comment down below whether you'll be rolling Scaramouche, or comment down below how your Scaramouche rolls are going if you have rolled for him. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.